So if you haven't checked out part 1, the structure and nature of problems, and I really want you to hop over and watch that. Now that you're back, let's talk about the structure and the nature of solutions to pretty much all of our problems. In the last video, I talked about the hierarchy of ourself and where behavior is down at the bottom. And then we have our capabilities, our beliefs, our values, our sense of identity, and our connection to purpose and something greater. So what we can do is we can actually do a diagnostic and infer what level is actually generating a certain behavior, or if we need to put something new in there to actually figure out how to make a change. So let's say that we want to lose weight. If we have the identity that we're a chunky monkey, it's not going to be congruent with weight loss. We may need to value being healthy and fit. We may have the belief that there's nothing that we can do to lose weight. We may not actually know how to exercise for our genes, for our body type, in a way that we enjoy. So these are all different places where you can make interventions that will actually long-term change the outcome. And the higher up we go on the scale, the more powerful the change is, and usually it affects the other levels significantly. So let's take a very neurodivergent example. Let's say someone has a strong aversion to showering. That's usually a repetitive sensory issue. So it's a repetitive microtrauma from having a sensory issue that was likely wired in long before we had language. And for that, you really actually have to get at the root of the wiring. You actually have to get to the other than conscious values and the other than conscious beliefs that are basically equating what should be something that's relatively pleasant with a high stress situation. The other than conscious mind can actually change how we perceive and filter sensation extensively if we actually give it the right information. And so, another big place this shows up for neurodivergent individuals is foods and safe foods. And we actually code what we like and what we don't like and holographically around us. And we can actually access this code, and we can actually make things that we like into something that we didn't like, and make things that we didn't like into something that we liked. And we actually have to know how to work with this at the level of neurologic programming. So really, really useful tools. And fundamentally, if you have a solution-oriented outcome and you have this map of, hey, most of my problems can be improved by either not doing something that I shouldn't be doing or by doing something that I need to do. And that includes for mental habits as well. We have to actually install and make it a process to be happy for no reason. Our neurologic biases, especially when we have so many micro experiences that are less than pleasant as a neurodivergent individual, it skews our nervous system into anxiety, into fear, into burnout, into depression. And really programming ourselves to be positive is something that is super useful, and that really works well when you actually have the capability to do that and you identify with being a happy person, a connected person, a person that has the identity of being able to get the things that they need. A lot of neurodivergent individuals actually take the identity of someone who can't connect with other people, and that's not true. That's not true at all, because there are fundamental skills and abilities and behaviors that you can learn and internalize that will allow you to do those things, especially if you know how to take care of your brain and nervous system the way that it needs. And that's what I talk about in my programs, is how to take care of your nervous system, and also how to unmask and how to have deep, meaningful connection with anyone of any neurotype. I do have to say myself, and most of the people that I'm deeply close with are neurodivergent. So comment, activate below, and you can learn about one of our signature programs and check out my link tree, read all about me. Like, share, and follow. And as always, send this to a neurodivergent in need.